I want to start this channel by being completely honest with you. I spent way more money than I should have getting into Warhammer 40k, and most of it was completely avoidable. 3 armies, 3 sets of mistakes, and a lot of models I'm either not happy with or just don't enjoy playing. If you're new to this hobby, or thinking about jumping in with 11th edition right around the corner, this video is the one I'd wish someone had made for me. These are the actual mistakes I made, and what I would do differently. Quick background on me. I got into 40k through Total War Warhammer 3. I was already deep in that world, loved the setting, started to realize it reminded me a lot of StarCraft and World of Warcraft, which I grew up playing. So I figured, let's check out the actual tabletop version. And then I found out half of my friends either played when they were younger or were quietly playing right now and just not admitting it. So I just went for it. So I started with the 10th edition Ultimate Starter Set, which included Space Marines and Tyranids. And I chose Tyranids because, come on, the idea of a relentless hive mind swarm consuming the galaxy, that sounded incredible. Problem was, I had no idea how they actually played. I assumed they'd feel like this endless flood of bugs that just kept coming. And they don't. At least, not in the way I had imagined. Meanwhile, Necrons, they had the reanimation protocols. Literally the mechanic I was looking for. The endless comeback, the you can't kill us vibe, and I ignored them because I was chasing an aesthetic without doing any homework. So lesson 1. Before you spend a single dollar on an army, watch a few games of it being played. Not just painting videos, not just lore videos, actual tabletop games. Because how an army looks and how it plays can be completely different things. When the Tyranids didn't click for me, I switched to the Leagues of Votann, the dwarf faction. Nobody at my local game store that I knew was playing them, so I thought, cool, I'll be the one guy who runs these guys. I found a good deal. I picked up a nearly full 2,000 point army secondhand. Financially, smart. Hobby-wise, I didn't think it through. Votann models are incredibly detailed. Tons of little bits, textures, layers, which is great if you're an experienced painter. I was not. And I still kind of am not. So what ended up happening is I finished the army, put them on the table. I'm genuinely not happy with how they look. And that kind of killed my motivation to even play them. Here's the thing nobody tells you starting out. If you're not happy with how your army looks, you're gonna stop wanting to put them on the table. Painting isn't just a hobby side quest, it's directly tied to how much you enjoy this game. So, lesson 2. Honestly assess your painting level before you commit to an army. If you're new, look for armies with bigger flat panels, simple color schemes, and a small model count. Don't let YouTube masterclasses fool you into thinking any army is easy to paint. By army number 3, Necrons, I finally did it right. And the main reason is I sat down and actually thought about it before opening my wallet. I made a short list. Tyranids, easy to paint, but they don't play how I want. Custodes look incredible, easy color schemes, but they're a super elite army that will punish you hard if you make mistakes. And that's not where I was as a player yet. Necrons ticked every box. Metallic base coat, simple color schemes. I went with the Sautek Dynasty, which is basically lead belcher, a bit of green, some black. I added bronze and gold for accent pieces. Achievable, which looks clean on the table, and the reanimation protocols, finally the playstyle I wanted from the start. So, lesson 3. Don't just pick an army, pick the army that fits where you actually are, not where you hope to be. You can always add a second army later when your skills catch up. So, that's 3 armies. A lot of money and a lot of lessons learned the hard way. Watch games before you buy. Know your painting level. And pick an army for where you are today, not the player you think you'll be in 6 months. I'm building this channel to document my journey through the hobby. List building, game breakdowns, the tournament scene as I get into it, and the stuff I'm still figuring out. 11th edition is right around the corner, and I'll be covering that as it unfolds. If any of this sounds like you, subscribe, because this channel is basically going to be me figuring it out in real time. And if you made any of these same mistakes, drop them in the comments. I promise I won't judge. I'll see you on the next one.